Hi everyone, Carol Brightbill. I want to show you 10 reasons why I think Google Slides makes a really great page layout program. A page layout program is a program that you use to put elements on a page in an artful display that creates anything from a newsletter, a business card, posters, and Google Slides has a lot of the features that you can use to do this. Here are 3 examples where I use Google Slides. I used it for a flyer, a newsletter, and a website mock-up. The first reason is page setup. Yes, when you first go into Google Slides, it looks just like a slide presentation, but you can change the size of this to be any size you want it to be. Anywhere from business card size, which is 3.5 by 2 inch, to newsletter, 8.5 by 11, poster, 24 by 36. All you have to do is go to the File menu and go down to Page Setup. When you hit the widescreen 16 by 19, you click that. Now you can go to Custom. Selecting custom, you can make it inches, or you can also, if you're doing a banner for a website, you can make it pixels. I'm going to leave this inches and I'm going to make it 8.5 by 11 inches. Now I have a newsletter size. The second option is guides. When you go to the View menu, you can see where it says guides. You can show your guides or hide your guides. You can add a vertical guide, add a horizontal guide, edit your guides, and you can also snap to your guides. Let me show you what this does. I'm going to pull a guide over from the left side and I'm going to align these objects, and when I let go, it snapped them all to the guide. The third reason is that you can add page numbers. All you have to do is go to the Insert menu down at the bottom, Slide Numbers. You can turn it on and off, and if you have multiple pages already in here, all you have to do is apply to select it, and it will add page numbers. Fourth reason is that you have the ability to arrange the items on your page. You can align them and you can distribute them. When you have your element selected, come to the Arrange menu. This is where you can align things to the left, center, right, top, middle, bottom. I'm going to align these boxes to the left, and then I'm going to go back to the Arrange and I'm going to distribute these vertically, nice and even. Reason number 5 are the fonts that you can use. When you add a text box and you select that font, you can come up to the Font menu and you can go to More Fonts. Now there are over 1,400 fonts up here that you can choose from. When you hold down the Show All Fonts, you can see how it has the display, handwriting, monospace. Here's serif and sans serif. So if I click serif, it will filter this and just show the serif fonts. Reason number 6, layers. When we look at this newsletter that I have, it's 8.5 by 11 and there's a banner at the top. All the elements are placed on the page in an artful manner. As these elements are placed on the page, they are placed in layers. The first element put on this page is the bottom layer, and each element that is put consecutively next will build the layers on top of each other. With these elements, you can design your page by changing the layer of these elements. You can see this layer here that has my name is layered on top of the word tech. I could select the tech box and go to the range and go to order, and I can bring that to the front. Now you can see it layered on top of the word Carol, and it layered on top of the word tip. I can now come back here and select this and arrange it, go back to order, and if I send to back, it went back behind now those words. The 7th item I want to show you is opacity. When you see this clip art that I have here that is solid black, I can go and make this more transparent. That is changing the opacity. How I do this, I go to Format Options and I can come here to Adjustments and I can slide and make this 100%, 50%, or completely transparent. You don't only have to do this with clip art, you can do this with any shape or font that you have on the page. If I select the shape on the bottom and I go to the paint bucket and I hit the plus, there's a slider here where I can change the opacity. I'm going to slide that a little bit to the middle and say OK. Now you can see that you can see through that shape. Number 8, grouping. I have a banner at the top of this page. I've put thought into it, the layout and the placement of the items, and that is the reason why you would group an item so that things don't come apart. If you go and touch something, it doesn't slightly move or shift to the right, left, up and down. So to group, all you have to do is select all those items you want to group, and you can come up to the range and go to group, or I can also select all and right click, and right here is group again. Number 9, format options. When you look at this Google slide here, it looks a little bit flat. Now look at the difference from this page to this page. Look how everything just pops a little bit and stands out from the page. That's using the format options. To go to the format options, you can see the icon menu where it says format options. When you select that, it brings up the format options on the side. But you have to select an item for the options to be able to be there. And the different things you can do is size, rotation, position, text fitting. But what made this pop on the page was adding drop shadows to the items. When you open up the drop shadow, you can see you can change the opacity, the angle, make the angle go all the way around it. You can change the distance and the blur factor. See, changing the blur is what gives it the glow around it. And the 10th item I want to show you is cropping a shape. If you look at this newsletter, the images have a shape around them. How I got the shape around them was to select the image and go to the crop menu. Right there is a drop down arrow. What it does, it masks the image inside of one of these shapes. Let me make it an arrow. You can mask an image in any of the shapes that they have here. The shape that I use for this newsletter is right here, and it added interest to the picture by having opposite corners that are around it. So I really think Google Slides is a layout program. All you have to do is put thought into the placement and style and color, and you can make a newsletter, a poster, business cards. It's a really great tool. Have a great day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel.